Welcome to the next part of enumeration. This part is about the SMTP protocol where I will cover the banner grabbing and the techniques to identify the information when we found port 25 is opened on any target server. So let's start first with SMTP protocol. SMTP is a simple mail transfer protocol which is used to set up the communication rules between servers. It is used to send email messages as opposed to POP3 or IMAP, which can be used to both send and receive messages. So here you guys can see on my screen, it's a part of the application layer of the TCP/IP protocol. Store and forward is a process which moves your email across the network. It works closely with something called MTA, that is mail transfer agent, which is used to send the communication to the right computer and the email box. So this is what the SMTP is, and here in the next slide this is about the attacks that can be performed on SMTP if we found port 25 is open. So here are some of the attacks like account enumeration, relay attack, email header disclosure, malware attacks, user brute force enumeration is there, and mail spoofing. So when we talk about the account enumeration, so in this basically we have to identify what are the user exist on the SMTP server. So this can be the users can be identified by using command telnet or netcat, and there are some commands, SMTP commands, that will help us to identify this information, like VRFI is the command that is used for validating the user, and RCPT is there, EXPN is there. So these are some of the commands which are used to identify the information when we talk about account enumeration. And then we have a relay attack. So when we talk about the relay attack, this is a SMTP server that is improperly configured to allow unauthenticated relay of emails, and spammer can connect to the server to forge the request. Basically, SMTP relays a protocol that allows email to be transmitted through the internet from one server to the another server, which is used for the delivery, message delivery. So these are basically related to the relay attack. So there are different tools which is used to identify if there is any open relay or not. So the tools like MX Toolbox is there, header analysis is there, and SMTP server is there, or we can say SMTP tester is there. So these are some of the tools. You can even search on Google, you will identify a lot of tool for the relay attack. And then we have a email header disclosure. So email header disclosure is something, if your email client and server are configured with some of the defaults or typical defaults, then attacker can find critical piece of information or a sensitive information if your mail server is not configured properly. The information like internal IP addresses, any outdated version or software version, the attacker can identify these kind of information through the email header disclosure attack. And then we have a malware. So when we talk about the malware, the attack, basically what attacker will do, attacker create any malicious activity on your email systems, and this can be performed by using different techniques. So this is about the malware. And again we have brute force enumeration. So there are different techniques to perform brute force enumeration. There is already a utility, NSC script utility, which is used to perform brute force attack for SMTP. And mail spoofing, we can also perform mail spoofing, where we can spoof the mail address, source mail address, and perform these attacks. So I will also show you how you can perform mail spoofing. And the next, this is about SMTP relay. So these are some of the tools that will help us to identify there is any open relay or not. Like I already discussed that MX Toolbox. So this is the website. Wormly is there, header analysis is there, SMTP tester, NetScan tools. This is a software, but this is a paid. So these are some of the tools that will use to identify information related to open relay. And here you guys can see the information. Sorry, this slide is about the banner grabbing or enumeration. So again, the same command, that is ANSI and telnet, which is used to connect on any port. If we found port open, so this will identify information related to the banners, like what banners the service has. And we have OpenSSL. So OpenSSL also play a role here to identify the information related to SMTP, like if any certificate related details exist on SMTP port, like TLS1, TLS 1.0, TLS 1.2, 1.3. So you can also identify those information. I will also show you how we can use the command to identify this kind of information. And then we have NS lookup. So through NS lookup, you guys can identify the information related to a mail exchanger, right? So there are different things in the DNS records. So you guys can identify the mail exchanger information through NS lookup command. Dig is also used to identify the information related to mail exchangers. And again, the NSC script, there are some of the script for SMTP that is basically used to identify information, like what are the command we can run for port 25 or SMTP server, or we can also perform brute force. So these detail I will show you in the terminal. So let's go to my Kali Linux. Here I'm going to my Kali Linux, enter my credentials. So I'm in the terminal. First I have to check my the target on which I'm going to perform the enumeration. So my target is 192.168.0.110, and it's reachable. So the first step is you have to just perform a scan, a normal scan, to identify that the port is open or not, or even you can directly connect with telnet or NC. So let's start to connecting with that, or let's start first with scanning. I'm again going to with nmap -sv and the target 192.168.0.110 and -p port 25. Or maybe sometime the SMTP port is exist on the SMTP service exists on some of the ports like 567 or any other. So you can also perform a normal scan, like well-known ports, which will scan only 1,000 ports. So you can even run that scan to identify if any service works on any other port. So that will also help you to identify information. So again, we have the SMTP port is open, and the version that is postfix SMTPD. So again, for the version enumeration, I already discussed in my previous session. So if you found any version related information, you just search it on Google, or you can use even search exploit to identify the information related to the exploits and the vulnerabilities or the CV details. So you can do all these things uh, if you found any version related information. So you have to check that version is vulnerable or not. You can just search it on Google. And then now we are clear that the port 25 is open. So let's to try to find out what are the scripts that we can run on port 25. So we already have the nmap script. For that you can use ls share nmap scripts and grep smtp and hit enter. So these are some of the script that you can perform brute force. You can perform SMTP command, so you can check the SMTP commands like vrfi for verify, recipient expn, start tls. So these are some of the commands you can identify through the SMTP command script. And then we have SMTP enum user, right? If you want to check for the open relay, then you can even check with this NSC script, or you can use the other tools like MX Toolbox or NetScan tools. So let me use some of this script from here, and let's see what the result I will get. So nmap -sv, sorry, s capital V hyphen script, and copy this one, paste here, and I'm also using this one hyphen p25 and your target 192.168.0.110. So here the script executed, so these two script executed, and the first one, that is smtp command. So I have hosted this server, that is Metasploitable, on my virtualbox machine. So this is the machine on which I am performing the testing. So here you can see the information that I got. The mail server, that is Metasploitable dot local domain, pipelining is there. So vrfi command, that I can use etrn, which is used to basically, this is the command which is used to request to start smtp processing, right? If your processing is in queue, then you can use this command etrn. And then start tls is there. So this is used to start a tls handshake for a secure smtp session. So these are some of the commands. Actually there are a lot of commands for smtp, but these are the commands which I can, or we can use here to identify the information. Sorry. So when we say about the account enumeration attacks, how we can identify the information related to the accounts. So now how we know that the verify command is enabled, what we can do, we can just use a telnet and target 192.168.0.25, sorry, 0.110, the port number 25, and hit enter. Now you can see here, this is the winner, right? And now I got this, that I can use this command verify. So what I can do, I can use vrfi, and now I can search for the default user. So for the default user, we have like admin is there, user is user, root is there. So let's check these things first. Right, so 252 code I got, and this is root, so it means the root user is exist on the server. So this is a part of account enumeration. So now we are verified that root user is exist on the server. Let's check for other user, like vrfi user is also there on the server. Let's check for other user like admin. So admin is not there. So this way you guys can perform account enumeration. And there is also another script, that is smtp-enum. So this script will also help you to get the information related to the user. So if you hit enter, so this one is the script which help us to identify the information for the user. And here, this is the way of using this script. I'm writing here smtp user enum and hyphen capital M for validating the user. You can use vrfi and hyphen hyphen capital U. So this is basically for the user.txt. It means you have to store any kind of default user for smtp server, and this will help us to identify the user related information. So you can just store any text file, like I have already stored some of the users in a text file on my desktop. So I am going to the path, that is root desktop and user smtp.txt, and then hyphen t for target, that is 192.168.0.110, and hit enter, and the scan started. Let's wait for the result. So I'm getting some kind of error. Okay, it means maybe my machine, my server is not reachable. Let me check first. 192.168.0.110, and right, it's not reachable. Let me go to the server first, and here is the server. Let me check the IP. So yes, the IP is 192.168. 0.109. So it happens sometime if any refresh happens in the network. So let me try the same thing on 109 and hit enter. So right here you can see on the screen that root exists, MSF admin exists, and user exists. So it means these are the three users which exist on this server. So this will help us, or this make our task easy to identify the user related information. Now again try to connect with the server, that is 192.168.0.109 and port number 25. Here you can just write the command like vrfi. Now root, it's we already know that root user exists and user exists. So let me go to the other part. When we talk about the mail spoofing, that mail spoofing attack, then how can we create or how can we draft that attack? So here you guys can use mail from command and colon. You can use any spoof email, like I'm just writing here, John at the rate hackerfactory.com and hit enter. So 250 error, sorry, 250 status code we receive. It means the mail is okay. So then now we have to add that recipient address. So we already know the user, that is root MSF admin. So we can just write here rcpt to for example, I want to send the email to root user, then root at the rate, or we already know the domain, that is metasploitable.local domain. So you guys can just write here metasploitable.local domain and hit enter. So again we get the same status code that it is okay. Now we have to send data. For sending data you can just write data command and hit enter. Now you can write here the message that you want to send, like, hey, I am from Hacker Factory. Or if you are creating any phishing attack, then you can just write any scenario to spoof the people. So here you guys can use like, hey, I am from your IT department, we need these details. So this way you can just create a spoofing attack as well. So hit enter. Now this is not sent. So for sending this you have to just use single dot and hit enter. So now you can send. This is the status code, okay, and the message is in queue. So when you receive here any sent or sent, then it means your mail is sent to the target email address. Or you can also know about the attack, that is open relay is enabled, or there is a open relay authentication or open relay attack is performed on the SMTP server if you receive any sent message. So this way you can use these commands and identify the information on the SMTP server if the port 25 is open, or any if you are using SMTP on any port, then you can perform these kind of attacks. And then we have other thing, that is OpenSSL. Let's clear this. So OpenSSL, basically with OpenSSL we have to identify the information like the certificate details and other details like TLS version, right, SSL version. So for that, how we can identify, you can use the command, that is OpenSSL s client s_client -connect, and you can use the target, that is 192.168.0.109 and colon 25 port number you have to mention, and then the TLS-start TLS, and you can just write here SMTP and hit enter. For TLS you have to mention like TLS1, right? So this is 1.0, 1.1, 1.2. So this is how you can get the information like certificate details and other information. Here you can see all these information like server certificates, and you can also check for the negotiation. So if you guys are using this same thing for the port 443, then definitely you can check all these detail as well. So it depends on which port they are using the certificates and other TLS related information. So it's a TLS version. And here I have already open a link for you guys to use OpenSSL related commands and identify the information. You guys can go through this link and definitely you will learn more about the OpenSSL. Right, so then we have also a dig command. This is also helpful for obtaining the information like mail exchanger and other things or other DNS records. You can use dig command as well. And we have also ns lookup. You guys can also use ns lookup. You can set any type of set query, like you can use set query or set type. You guys can use this thing max and hit enter, and here you can mention any target like google.com or any other. So this way you can identify the information related to the mail exchangers, or you can also check for the open relays for you by using these such tools like dig or mail exchange, sorry, mx toolbox. Right, so this is about these tools. And ISMTP is also one of the tool which is used to identify the information. So this is all about the SMTP protocol, how to use these tools and techniques for the enumeration. My next my next session will be on the other protocols like HTTP, DNS, and the VPN testing. So these all are covering in next upcoming sessions. So thank you guys, I hope you like my session. If you have any queries, any doubts, you can just ping me in the comment section, or you can connect me on my Instagram or Facebook channel. So thank you guys, stay tuned.